everybody. My name is Lindsay, and this is Power to Express. And also, this charming young lady right here in back of me is Siri Annalise. So we are very happy to have her. I may or may not have an extensive poison ivy situation going on and not be able to do yoga. So she is so lovingly decided to help me today, right?
Definitely not getting paid $8.
Yeah, she's not getting paid $8 to do this. I love that she's almost 10 years old, very new in her yoga practice. And I think that's kind of the spirit that we all need to invoke, whether we've been to our mat one time or 1,000,000 times. It really doesn't matter. It should feel like the first time. You should have that kind of spark of curiosity in your yoga practice. So bring a little bit of that curiosity and that childlike lens to your practice today. And also maybe that childlike spirit of adventure. We're not really chasing perfection in today's practice. We're merely playing and allowing our energy and all of the good things about us to really come out and play today. I'll invite you into child's pose to begin. And we can have top of the mat that way. Perfect. Your knees will split apart. And you'll really just land in a place that feels good and settle into some stillness here. Take a big breath in. And breathe out completely. Let your fingertips settle. Let your forehead be as heavy as it can be. And just feel very taken care of, like a child would be, right? This is child's pose. Can you feel that kind of nurturing quality about the groundedness of this posture? And as you breathe, you just feel that relaxation come on every exhale. The tissues begin to soften as the breath turns up and layers on a slower, more intentional cadence. Your tailbone becomes really heavy as your hip flexors disengage. And suddenly the mind starts to drop away all of the things that are on your big adult to-do list. And you just spend this time with yourself. As those things drop away from your to-do list, it becomes just a little bit more clear what you need out of your yoga practice today. So as you flip your palms skyward and kind of invite in this magic of yoga, you'll set an intention from which you will move and breathe. Breathe in your intention. As you exhale, flip your palms back down into the ground. Breathe in table pose now, up like a table, hands underneath shoulders. Exhale, tuck your toes under, spread the bases of your feet nice and wide. Breathe in cow pose, and we'll stay in cow pose today. Look up. Yeah, tilt your tailbone up. Chin rises even just a little bit more to stretch that front side of your neck. Breathe in. Exhale, cat. Breathe in cat for a moment. Arc your back. Tuck your chin all the way in toward your chest. And remember, there's no right or wrongs in your practices today, so no apologies for anything. We're all just learning how to be. Breathe out. Breathe in cow. And exhale, cat. One more time, each direction. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Breathe in plank pose, please. And breathe here. Such good form. You can tell she took gymnastics, yes? Pick up your head just slightly. Yeah, look forward a little bit. And then I'd like you all to have just a little puff-upness here. So push in. Yes, you want to dome out through your upper back. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just get comfortable here in your downward facing dog. You'll see Siri's feet are pretty close together. So if those are kind of like yours, you can play with a little bit further apart. Kind of feels good in my body. And then settle in. Your gaze will come somewhere back between heels and knees, or maybe even pelvis. See if you can't awaken the mid part of your spine with just a slight push in of your sternum towards your knees. Breathe in, right leg high. Stay and breathe here for just a moment. If you'd like, you can bend your knee, open your hip, and just take some slow circles. No right or wrong. Does that feel pretty good? It should feel pretty good. Inhale, three-legged dog. Straighten your leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, bend, twist, and open, and move. You should feel some awakening somewhere here. Take a breath out. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, ragdoll pose. We'll take a few breaths here. Really take your feet far apart, Siri. Yeah, there you go. And you at home. A little bit of a break in your knees. So bend your knees a little bit, yes. And then just find like a slow, gentle palm tree-like sway. I love this position because not only do you get that kind of a rush of blood more to the brain, to the head, but you can actually feel that nice kind of pressure come into your head. You can, too, a teacher of mine told me recently that if you listen, if it's quiet, you might even hear some of that blood flow as it comes right by the ear canal. Breathe in. As you exhale, take your left hand to the mat. Breathe in, right arm high for a twist. And then just stay here to make big, slow circles with your arm, like you're a swimmer. Yeah. No right or wrong, but maybe you make your movement so slow that you can feel those kind of like micro movements within your shoulder, within your chest, as it all just glides. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down under your face. Inhale, twist to the left. Stay to breathe here. Yeah, you can check your alignment now that you can see yourself on here. Come up onto your fingertips just a little bit more. Yeah, and then move your arm in these slow, awesome circles. Sometimes we feel like we have to be perfect in every posture. That's why a lot of people don't even begin yoga in the first place. But what if we detached ourselves from that and just had the experience instead of that perfectionism? What would that mean for our practice? Maybe even our daily lives. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Look down between your legs. Take your feet hip width distance apart. Breathe in, halfway lift. Push into your shins. Look forward to the flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Nice job. Breathe in, mountain pose. And then stay here for a moment. Look at just one thing and feel really powerful through both right and left sides. Maybe even from front to back or from top to bottom. Everything just feels really strong. Breathe in. Breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Breathe in, upward facing dog. So we'll just go straight from high plank to upward facing dog. So come back into plank. Yeah, and then flip your toes for up dog, and we'll breathe here for a second. So your toes will untuck. Come to the tops of your feet. Yes. Pinch your shoulders back. Look upward. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breath out, downward facing dog. So as we flow, I'm going to take out that chaturanga part. It'll just be high plank, flip the feet straight into upward facing dog, and see how that feels in your shoulders. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in deeply. Breathe in, mountain pose all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Step back nice and straight. Inhale, upward dog. Flip your toes over. Look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in last time. Heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Release your chin into your chest. Breathe in now, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Breath in, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sun salutation, letter B. Here we go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. Let's breathe here. She's like, oh, did I really decide to do this with my mom today? You got it. Series arms are up, but she might try at heart center, and that could be a little bit more sustainable too. So you get to pick. And I didn't tell her exactly what flow I was going to do today so that you could really kind of embrace that beginner's-like mentality. Take a breath in, breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Here's a change. Exhale, fold back in half. Breathe in, standing split, left leg high. Breathe. So you're folded in half, and then your left leg comes up behind you. Perfect. Standing split right there. Look back toward your knee. And really what we want here is a nice stretch for your right hamstring. I'd like you to make sure as you stand here that this left leg is fortified. If I came and I tried to knock it down, it wouldn't go anywhere. Take a big breath in. Exhale, land softly in low lunge. Come all the way back. Very nice. Breathe in, warrior two. And pause here. Good. Back arm lifts just like front arm, and then you gaze out your front middle finger. There we go. And then once you're there, you really don't have to think much more about it. You've already got the posture on. Just deepen into that groove. Breathe in. Breath out, extended side angle. Continue to breathe. Now this leg stays bent. Yeah, really come into that lunge. Should feel sturdiness through your back leg. Breathe out. Breathe in, reverse warrior. Just a couple breaths here. Your front knee wants to kind of come in. Don't let it pull it out toward that back side. You want to really utilize that outer tissue, the fascia on the outer part of your thigh. Breathe in. Breath out, plank or chaturanga. It's totally your choice if you want that push up. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half. Exhale, forward fold. Let go completely of your head. Breathe in, chair pose. And we'll breathe here. This is a heated posture. It should get your heart rate up. You should maybe even begin to feel some of that lactic acid in your legs. Yeah, we're feeling it? You don't like the pose? I don't think anyone else out there does too. Comment if you like this pose. We'd like to know which of you like this pose actually. The nice thing is in yoga, we don't have to like everything for it to actually have benefit for us, right? So I'm adverse to some of the postures as well, but that doesn't mean that I skip them because they obviously have something potent for me. That's why they're still here. Take a breath in. Exhale, it's over. Forward fold. Yay. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, standing split, right leg high. Pause and breathe. Very nice. And you can find that through your standing leg, if you bend into your knee just a little bit, it can take some of that pressure off of your hamstring. You're really in the driver's seat with these postures and how intense they get or do not get. You'll notice they're more intense if you walk your hands back toward your ankle. They're less intense if you kind of keep them out front. Breathe in, elevate your leg. Exhale, low lunge. Thank you, she says. Inhale, warrior two. And breathe. And where's the gaze? Right over your front middle finger. Adjust that gaze. Yes, you want that ferocity, right? A warrior is very focused. And there are things within these postures that speak to us if we listen to them. Ways of being that the yogis kind of saw in nature and humanity, ways of being that they thought were worthy of mimicking. Breathe in, breath out, extended side angle. Continue your breath. And I'd like you to feel as though your core works independently of that front thigh. So you might push up and out of your front thigh, but you could stay up even if you had little to no weight in your bottom arm. Breathe out. Breath in, reverse. Here we go. Breathing here. Take your knee and just take it out just a little bit toward my voice. Very nice. And then we'll flow breath to movement. Remember your intention, what you came to your yoga mat for today. Breathe in, breath out, chaturanga or high plank. Breathe in, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. She skipped her chaturanga, which means you're an advanced yogi. Seriously, it does. When you know when your body needs to skip, that means that you found maybe your comfortability in your practice. So downward facing dog, we will flow this breath to movement. Downward dog now, hips to the sky. Yeah. And you are totally empowered to skip chaturanga if you like, or to even add or to edit to the flow if you're feeling just a little bit frisky today. Breathe in your intention. Breathe it back out. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. Come on, get really low. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, left leg high behind you, standing split. Exhale, low lunge, land softly. Breathe in, warrior two, open up. Exhale, extended side angle, forward and down that way. Yeah, breathe in, reverse warrior. We'll get it now. Now reverse the opposite way. And exhale, chaturanga. Take what you need. Breathe in, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, heels lift again. You should feel a little sweaty now. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that breath moving. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, right leg high for standing split. Right leg high, right leg high. Yeah. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward and down. Perfect. Breathe in, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Breathe in, upward dog, untuck your toes, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time through, inhale, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Come to the top of your mat or your shag rug. Inhale, half. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair. You're doing a great job. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Breathe in, lift your left leg high. Stand on your right leg, opposite way. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, forward and down. Breathe in, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Is it getting a little warm? Mm-hmm. Good. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing and dog. Breathe in, heels lift. Last time through, give it a little bit of energy. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat space. Breath in, half. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair. Last one for a while. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Breathe in, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward and down. Breathe in, reverse. Exhale, last chaturanga for a while. Very nice. Breathe in, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Drop to child's pose just for a moment. Let the breath settle. And just come back to your breath here. Maybe back to like that sweetness and that innocence of what child's pose really means. I don't know about you, but as I go about my adult daily life, sometimes that sweetness, that innocence, that playfulness can take a back seat to more of that responsibility that we're layered on with, and rightly so as we age. But we should never let it diminish. We have to have those playful like times and those times of reflection and nurturing so that we keep that spark. So important for the enjoyment of life, for the furtherment of self. If you think about a kid, they're always trying new things. You can see all throughout my house the menagerie of crafts going on, or I don't even know what you guys are doing these days, but it's this kind of like invention and playfulness and unattachment to if things are going to work out or not. It's really just the act of actually doing something. It's the creative aspect that childhood kind of reminds us adults to get back to. And during this next part, there will be plenty of chances for you to improvise and to put in a little bit of your playful intuition as well. Okay, rise through child's pose and up and through table pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. And Siri, you might adjust back just a little bit further so we can see you over toward that wall. Yeah, that wall. Good job. Yeah, that way we can see you. Perfect. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain pose. And as we exhale, I'd like you to take a balanced posture of your choice. Cool. Siri's going for eagle pose. I would look forward if I were you at one spot. That will help. But really, like, don't overthink it. What feels good today? And I'd like you to just really feel everything from the ground up, that little shake in your ankle that is all of those things working together to really cement the posture, right? Nervous system, proprioceptive qualities, all these things. Yes, and we're going to hold it for long enough that you're unattached to the outcome and that maybe you spill and fall. So if you have not fallen yet, close your eyes, look up, yes, and take a chance. Again, not about perfectionism, about experience, about really living these postures. 3 more breaths in this. You are a human pretzel, I'm sure, wherever you're at right now. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. Shake it out. You're done with that side. Awesome. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, same thing, other leg. Breathe. Yeah. This arm under. Perfect. And if you did choose eagle's pose by some weird coincidence with Siri, you can elevate your elbows up and out away from your chest to make this really nice triangular negative space shape in between your chest and your elbows. That'll help you get a stretch, sink a little bit deeper. And we're here for a little while, right? This is a longer hold today. So good. You'll want it to break at some point. And it's not my intention for you to hurt yourself or anything like that, but really just to like unattach yourself from that ego that says, my practice has to look a certain way, be a certain way, go a certain way. Breathe out. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Shake it out. Breathe in, mountain pose. Exhale, a balanced pose of your choice. Continue to breathe. Oh, interesting. There you go. So if you'd like, you could do crow pose. You'll look forward if you're doing crow pose. If you're in a 2-sided, then you'll just stay on that one leg and do your posture. Maybe not watching the video while you do your balance, because it can be a little weird to watch something that's moving while you balance. Great, Siri, big toes to touch. Good. Okay, for those of you in a balance that will take another side, take an inhale and exhale, release. Breathe in mountain pose and exhale your final balance posture on the other side. Continue to breathe, and you can take another stab at crow if you'd like. For crow pose, if you do try it, you can pause this video after this and try it. I was going to throw it into the flow, but apparently Siri has other ideas. I just like really bent elbows, claw-like fingertips. Those are really your control center. And a gaze forward. So many people look back that it's disadvantageous to really the outcome. Nice job. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, release. Breathe in, mountain pose. Let's face this way again where your mat was. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Breathe. We'll go to the right here. So she'll sink down in chair pose. Just like this. Here we go. And hook your elbow on the outside of your thigh. This elbow down outside this thigh. Great. Now, this is a little much for me, so I like to squat down and tiptoe squat when I'm here. It should feel like an evil posture. It's a little bit evil. Breathe really deeply into this little squeeze that you've got going on here. Not only will you clear out a lot of that toxicity, but you'll also free some space around some nerves that you really need for that quality of life, that kind of, you know, happy yoga feeling that you get after practice. Breathe in, breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, left leg high, standing split. Now we'll take a couple donkey kicks on this side, and I'm going to have her move because this chandelier she and I put together a couple years ago, and I don't want it to get hurt. So what I'll have Siri do is do some handstand hops over on the wall. You can come right over here at this door. I want you to look, what?
Handstand hops.
Hopping up the handstand. You know this. So she'll place her hands on the ground, yes. And then just practice kicking with her left leg first, okay? Because we'll get to the other side here in just a little bit. If you're new at this, that's completely fine. You'll just take a couple of moments to get familiar with maybe that forward rocking motion. If you know handstand, as Siri does, perhaps you hang out for just a little bit. And a wall can be just a really, really nice thing, especially if it's a door you don't really care about getting banged up, because it does provide that kind of stability and support that we need in kind of a, you know, a wily posture. I'll give you about another 30 seconds to play around with this. It is one that pulls a lot of your gas, so you'll notice that you will tire pretty easily. Yeah?
Yep.
Yep, okay, awesome. Come on down, come back to your mat. Standing split. And your left leg will be high. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge, all the way back. Breathe in, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe in, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in, straighten your front leg. Straighten it all the way. Exhale, triangle pose. Breathe. Gorgeous. And let's just fine tune our alignment. So if there's too much pressure in your front ankle, you will take your legs together a little bit further. And then we want a little bit of a halfway lift of the upper body. Okay, here, almost as though you could roll your top hip up and back. How does that feel?
Good.
It's a lot of work, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Breathe out. Breathe in, star pose. Come all the way up. Yeah. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Come all the way down, fold in half. Let your chin and your chest kind of marry together. We're here on both sides. And really, what you feel like today when you listen into your body will dictate what you take in this posture. It could be just simply this, listening to that flush of blood and feeling that kind of rest and rejuvenation that comes with this sort of inverted posture. Or if you'd like to take headstand or skandasana or twist on some side, you are free to do so. I think it feels really nice to walk my hands through my legs and get a really big old stretch through the inner thigh there. Breath out. Breathe in, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, runner's lunge toward the top of your mat. Breathe. Your right leg will be forward. Your left leg will be back. And your hands will be inside your front thigh. Back knee is down. Untuck your back toes. And come to your forearms if that feels okay. If it doesn't feel okay, you might put a block underneath your forearms or do something that feels supported, right? Do we feel this? Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a great stretch. The interesting thing is that yoga really mimics a lot of things of daily life. The way that we respond to things like taking an impromptu handstand is kind of, mimicking what we do in our daily life, where we're scared, how we react to certain things. And we slow down the pace enough in our yoga practice that we can control the response, that we can look from the seat of the higher self and see if that's what we want to do. We're done with that pose. If you're still in runner's lunge, come up to an active runner's lunge. Come on up to active runner's lunge or low lunge, whatever you want. I can do it. Very nice. You sit there and talk to the people.
Hey, people.
As you breathe in, three-legged dog, left leg up and back. As you exhale, bend, twist, open. If you'd like to flip your dog, you can flip your dog. Okay? Good. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And Siri will come back in for round 2. Last round. Downward dog. We've got one more side. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose. Last time today, I promise you. Breath out, prayer twist to your left. Breathe, and you'll come down to hook. Yes, very nice. And you can see the posture here. You want your heart to still be higher than your hips. So your hips can sink back just a little bit. And notice if your knee tries to kick out, take it back in line with your other knee. Breathe in, breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, standing split, right leg high. Exhale, handstand practice. Breathe. So you can sit this one out if you like, or you can try again. But I'd like you to try with this leg and just see if it's any different. Yep, so that with your right leg high. So left leg will be forward and right leg will kick. Yep, there you go. I like to start with my hands on the mat. She likes to start up like this. Find what calls to you. And also know that even if your hops are tiny little bunny hops, that's progress, right? That's dipping your toes in the water, and that is good enough. Okay. I'm going to give you about 30 to 45 more seconds to play around on this side. If you do need a break, you can come to your mat and take a break. You maybe even shake out your wrists a little bit. You'll know when enough is enough. But we'll give everyone just a couple more moments to wrap up their handstand exploration. How'd it go? Good. Siri had surgery not too long ago, big abdominal surgery, so we really haven't done anything too big so far. It's feeling okay? Okay, awesome. Come into standing splits. Right leg high this time. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe in, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. And I'll give you just a moment to now adjust. You heard all of what I said on the other side. You can hear what your body's saying, what your breath is saying. Make adjustments accordingly so it's something that you can live happily in for this time. And your body will be up this way. Yeah, feel that? You don't have to reach down quite as far. A lot of people think you have to reach down super, super far in this, and it's just not true. In order to get the benefit, you really don't have to reach that floor. Breath out. Breathe in, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. We'll breathe here for a moment in wide-legged forward fold. And if you like headstand and you would like to practice headstand, I just ask that you come to the very top of your head and not your hairline so that you protect your cervical spine. You'll draw your hands back so that you can see all of your fingertips before you slowly, slowly pick up through your legs. And it's okay. We all fall at some point. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're okay. Wide-legged forward fold. Let's come back in. Breathe out. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, runner's lunge to the top of your mat. Breathe. Left leg forward. Right leg back. And your hands inside your front leg. Now, Siri got tuckered out in this posture on the other side, and it's because, probably from my assessment as a teacher, she probably went too deep for her today. So if this is too much, is this too much? It's too much. She'll bring her ankle back just a little bit. Yeah. It can still be in front of your knee, but maybe just back. Does that feel a little bit better? If she wants to come to her forearm, she can, or she can just stay up. You're always in control. And one thing that I see in the yoga studio is sometimes people are afraid to toy with things and to personalize them because they think that's just how it is and that's the container that they need to be in. But I do want you to have that curiosity that is, if I tweak this here, might it benefit me? Or could I sustain that posture for just a little bit longer? Come to your palms, tuck your back toes. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up and back. Exhale, bend, twist, open, and flip your dog. And I think I said the wrong leg, but that's okay, we're all human, right? Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop to your knees, come around onto your seat, and I will demonstrate a little bit of where you can take your handstand practice today. Okay, so as you practice your handstand, I want you to think a little bit about the fortification of your core. When we were in mountain pose, we called attention to evening out the weight from front to back, maybe from side to side, from top to bottom. And I want you to feel that same way even though you are in an upside down version of the posture. Okay, for our handstand practice today, really push the earth away like you would a downward facing dog. And then your legs will be super strong as you come up. I like to start with my hands on the floor. So I start with my hands on the floor. Wide hands, just like crow. Strong top leg. Top leg is straight as it kicks up. The number one thing that I see mistake-wise when people try to come into handstand is that when they lift this back leg, it's bent, okay? And that's just not gonna be as optimal of alignment. So when you lift your back leg, lift it up straight and strong, stick your gaze, and then really just have a little bit of fun with it today, okay? Maybe you finesse the descent, just try to get down just a little bit lower, or slower, excuse me, than you did the previous time. So go ahead. One last time for a handstand. You also have the option here to see how much harder it is. It's kind of cool. Some people get it better this way, to try a hop with both legs at the same time. Just coming in from a forward fold and really just bunny hopping with both feet. Yeah, try that a couple more times, Siri. Let's see. You want to get your hips forward and over your shoulders. That's the real goal here. It's not to get your feet over your shoulders. It's really to get your hips and that weight of your pelvic bowl forward. Yeah, nice. Give it a couple more tries. When you're ready to rest, you'll come back to your mat and we'll slow it down just a little bit. We're done, huh? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Those handstands will pucker you up. Let's come into boat pose, please. I said we're going to slow it down. I mean, we're slowing it down, but we're going to take it there in kind of my own way. Ready? So will you flip around to face the front side of your mat? Which face that way? Did you see that look of contempt? Boat pose. Nice. Couple of breaths. Grow longer through the crown of your head. Breathe in. Exhale, hands and feet to the earth. Hands behind you. Ankles underneath your knees. Inhale, reverse tabletop. Breathe here for a moment. Just lift. Yeah. Stretch your hip flexors. If it feels good to take your head back, you can. That doesn't feel good in my body. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly release your booty to the ground. Inhale, boat pose, second time. And you've got options here. You can straighten your legs. You can take your heels to the ground. I like a yogi toe lock, full extension. If you've never tried it, maybe try it. What do you have to lose? You're probably just in your living room by yourself, right? Make sure there's nothing behind you that you could hurt yourself on if you spring load back. There you go. Yeah, grab your other foot too. Yeah, very nice. Inhale. See, that's what I meant by don't hit your head. Exhale, release your hands and your feet to the ground for reverse table pose. Inhale, reverse table pose. Breathe. The more you puff your shoulders up, or excuse me, not your shoulders, your clavicles, the more of a shoulder stretch you'll get, chest stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, release your booty to the ground. Last time, boat pose. And then I swear it's hip opening time. It's time to get really nice and juicy. Enjoy this boat. Put a smile on your face. There we go. Now let's get a little bit better posture. Take a big breath in. Breath out, plant your hands and feet. Breathe in, reverse table or reverse plank. Last time. If you do reverse plank, your legs are straight, it's a little harder. There we go.
It's too hard for me.
Nothing's too hard for you? Good, that's a good attitude to have. Breathe in. Breathe out, slowly lower down. Bend your right knee into your left leg like this. Yeah, out to the side. Inhale, get really tall. And as you exhale, fold forward over your left leg. And just breathe here. A really intentional stretch forward as you pull back through both sits bones. Let this be just really opening here. You might even walk your hands to the left side of your left ankle as you tack your right hip back. Feel that? Is that too much? Is that too much?
A little bit.
A little bit? Then I'll just come back a little bit. And we'll hold for a couple of breaths. I get some interesting looks from people in the neighborhood because I rollerblade with my children. I also like to do everything at the trampoline park, you know. And not that you have to do these kid-like activities to really keep that youthfulness about you, but there should be an openness to things. Almost like there's more possibilities than impossibilities. It's really no secret that as we age, we get more and more rigid in who we think we are and what we believe, and we lose this fluidity. More importantly, we lose the ability to connect with people who have not cemented themselves in the way that we have, in our own set of ways. If you notice kids, they play with other kids from different backgrounds whose parents don't believe the same political ideology, you know, as their parents. And they just don't care. They see the humanity. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about really getting back to that innocence. Let's breathe out. As you breathe in, come all the way up. As you exhale, take figure 4, seated, please. Bend your left knee and take your right ankle right on top. Keep seated. And now as you push your sternum, right, your chest right toward your thigh, you feel that? Yeah, you might feel a little something. If you'd like to take a hip opener that resonates more with you, of course, you are your own best teacher. I feel better when I press my heart right toward my shin and maybe rock the baby a little bit from side to side. Maybe here's a couple of breaths. So really map out that sensation as you dive deep down inside your posture. What does it feel like? Is it radiating? Is it moving? Is it changing, that sensation? Is it strong? Is it weak? What is this present moment like? And then let's switch sides. Janu Sirsasana's second side. Right leg goes straight. Left leg comes in and over. And we won't do this first. We'll do the other stretch first series. So right leg is straight onto the ground. Tree pose with your left leg. And then inhale, bring your arms all the way up. And as you exhale, reach for your right foot. Perfect. Take a couple of breaths right here. Allowing your head to be really this asset, you know, all of its weight pulls and lengthens the muscles on the back side of your neck. If you've grabbed your foot, you can even play with thumbs to the top side of your foot, pull back through your toes, and see how that changes sensation through the posterior part of your leg. And I say this all the time, but time is one of the most important factors in our yoga practice. So during these holds, to realize that you're dealing with really tough and rigid tissues and you're trying to coerce them to open. So take this time, don't get bored with it, really stay within the experience and drop in. Maybe listening to your lullaby of breath. Breath out. Breathe in, come all the way up. As you exhale, figure 4 pose now. Second side. To deepen, you sit up in that really nice posture. Sternum straight toward that shin. Yeah, does that hurt to do that? Feels like you can't. Yeah, and everyone has their own range of motion. So you respect that. That's where you're at today. And then maybe you rock the baby side to side. And find that fluidity and that openness, just showing the tissues that it's a safe place to relax and to change. Just a few more breaths on this side. If you feel that resistance begin to wear away, deepen the posture. Right? You always want to compassionately challenge these places. Notice if the breath is going away, turn it back up. Very nice. Slowly unwind. Come down all the way onto your back. And you can take legs up a wall, happy baby, something that just feels really nice in your body. Yeah, gentle sway from side to side. Always feels really nice. You can iron out some of that big kidney tissue back there. Or what really gets me is the really strong muscles up and down the spine. Your erectors, mine get really tight. So to give them a nice little massage can be loosening for those tissues. Take your knees into your chest. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let them fall to the left-hand side. Look over your right shoulder. So knees to the left, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Awesome. You can cactus your arms, or you might bring hands to belly. Feel that beat of your heart, your aorta, your life force, really, what we talk about in yoga. The surrender series is just that. It's a surrender. If you can think about like a relinquish of control in this positive environment, to know that this space is held for you, that you've created this really positive atmosphere, and that it's okay to let your guard down and rest. Just like a baby before you had any choice about it, right? Take your legs through center. Take your twist on the second side. And that's hard for a lot of us adults to do, to give up what we think we have control over, which is arguable. What do we really have control over, right? So if you can, during this last part towards Shavasana, just drop in and feel very taken care of. That's the place. That's the place that you need to live from. So access that place. You'll go deep down in and find that nurturing little quality that you need to maybe fill up your cup, replenish your reserves, and get on with your day. Take your knees through center now. Lay out into Shavasana. Take a big breath in. Exhale, close your eyes, open your mouth, and just let all that air tumble out. Take just a few moments here and know that I will be here to guide you out and to get you on with your day. With this open heart and this open mind, we'll just take a nice, easy breath in. Allow it to tumble back out the same exact way. Breathe in, stretch long, put a smile on your face, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. And maybe give up control of this adult mindset, the day, for the week, I don't know for how long. And see if you can open to giving control more over to this childlike quality, whether it is physically like saying to your child, hey, you get to control the schedule for the day, and seeing that it's not going to ruin your schedule to stop and smell the flowers on a walk, to put down your cell phone, to let the house get a little messy in the name of fun. Or maybe it's just to let those qualities dominate within your personality and your openness. But take something of this off of the mat and see if it doesn't allow you to lead a richer, deeper experience. Thank you so much for coming to your mat today, for taking care of yourself, for your yoga practice, for our community. Namaste. Okay, thank you guys so much. I hope to see you soon. Nice job, Siri. High five. Go play with your kids or your inner child. And I hope that I see you guys on here very, very soon. Take care.